guys, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a cool new thing that I got after my recent flat tire. So if you follow my channel or my Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, you would have seen that I had a flat tire after a overlanding trip that I took with my son to Hoosier National Forest. Hit the highway, got up to about 70, 75, started to notice that the truck was pulling a little bit, so I started to slow down. As I did, boom, lost all pressure in my driver's front tire. As I pulled over to the side of the road, got out, took a look at it, turns out that I had ripped the valve stem out of the side of the tire. Right? Stupid. It sucks. No idea how it happened. Not a big deal though. The worst part was that I was about a mile from an exit and I had to limp the truck. I actually hooked up my Viair 88P, aired it up as much as I could, and just kind of limped it to the next exit. Pulled off into a hotel parking lot. Took about 20-25 minutes, jacked it up with the high lift, threw on the spare, and I was good to go. But after that, then I posted up about it, and my buddy Chad Boyd from Overland Addict posted up and he said, dude, you know what you need are these Colby emergency valve tire stems. So I was like, what are those? And I started to go watch videos on them, and they're pretty freaking cool. Like, they are basically tool-less valve stems. They're 20 times stronger than the stock valve stems, which is nice for me because obviously I'm tearing them up. And you can do it in less than a minute. So again, if I'd had this, right, the difference is instead of having to dangerously air up my tire on the side of the road, limp it, you know, with my 7-year-old in the car driving around barrels and construction stuff and looking for holes in traffic to get out on the road and go 20 to get over again, I would have had these things. I could have literally just swapped out the valve stem, ripped the old one out, put this one in, aired it back up, and been on the road. Right here, the wind picked up a lot and it got kind of choppy on the audio, so I just wanted to kind of voice it over so you guys didn't have to listen to that. Basically what I'm saying here is I got these from a buddy of mine, Chad from Overland Addict. If you go to overlandaddict.com and check out his website, he's a great guy, helped me out a lot, and I bought a couple things from him. So even during these tough times when things are a little bit difficult for small businesses because you can't go to their locations, you can still shop online and support small. So definitely go check him out. But now I'm going to take down the tire, I'm going to install these things, I'm going to video it, I'm going to show you every step, and then we'll see how it does. Alright guys, so let me undo this thing. But as you can see here, so the air was escaping very rapidly when I pulled off of the road. Let me put the mic down here and see if you can hear this. So, like, that thing is shredded. It is shredded. Anyways, basically now I think I just have to remove that. So I'm going to grab some pliers and I'm going to remove the valve stem. And once I do that, then I should just be able to insert this new one without even, you know, pulling the tire off. I think the tire itself is fine. I think it's just the valve stem got knocked loose. And then I'll be good to go. All right. So let's see how easy this is. I've never pulled a valve stem out of a tire before. Okay, that's it coming. Alright guys, so just wanted to kind of give you a look at this thing. So it's pretty slick actually. So the nice thing about it is the thing that makes it toolless is that basically this copper fitting on the end here is machined to essentially expand this plastic piece. So what you do is you take this whole thing, you jam it into the hole where the old valve stem was. I don't know if I can't quite see it there. But so you want to make sure you get it all the way up to here, to where my thumbnail is, to the face or the top of it, this lip around here. That's where you want it to seat. And then what you do is you just twist this red part down tight, and it will force this plastic piece to come up over the copper, and it will squeeze and make an airtight seal on the tire. And then once this gets screwed all the way in, of course, then you're going to have your your valve stem pops out from underneath this. So under there is the valve stem, and that actually uses that thread to sort of force the thing down onto the tire, which is really cool. So no tools. So again, if I'd had this, I could have just pulled a little bit further off the road. I could have quickly pulled out the old valve stem. I could have dropped this bad boy in there, pushed it all the way in, and then just screwed this thing in, aired it up, and been good to go. I wouldn't even have had to drop the spare, which was a huge pain in the butt and took a lot longer. So good to know. So I'm going to set up the camera now. I'm going to do it really quick, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. We'll air it up and make sure everything's good, and we'll be good to go. All right, so I got it seated all the way down there, and I'm just going to start twisting it. And again, the cool thing about this is these things are 20 times stronger than a normal valve stem. So especially after I just destroyed one, and it's not even like I was wheeling or like off-roading or anything. I was just, maybe went through a couple muddy ruts. So I will say, these things on the side, you know, obviously help, and they are necessary to turn it. They do hurt your fingers a little bit, not gonna lie. Not trying to look like a wuss or anything, but just want to be honest with you, it's not like super easy to turn. Again, way easier than dropping the spare tire and, you know, doing that, but ow. All right, I'm gonna get some gloves. So that does sort of bring me to something that I think is often overlooked, is have gloves with you for recovery reasons, for stuff like this. Anytime you might have to do trail repairs or anything like that, they just help a lot. And they're one of those things that I feel like most people don't think about to bring. But yeah, that makes it much better. Much better. I'm assuming that at some point it's just going to not let me turn it anymore, and then that's how I'll know that I'm good. Got a pretty decent amount of valve stem sticking up now, though. Yeah, the wing nut thing does hurt quite a bit on your fingers. Like, again, better than being stranded, right? But it's not exactly comfortable. All right, well, that's about all it'll let me turn. I mean, that thing is stout. That thing is on there good. They do provide you with valve stem caps too, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna pop my gloves off here. So I've got a new valve stem cap right there. And we're good to go. All right, so that feels pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the compressor on it and just air it up really quick. We'll make sure that it holds air and we'll be all set. All right, guys, I'm gonna throw the compressor on here. So as I mentioned, I have a Viair 88P compressor. Love this thing, it's so nice. You just kind of screw it on there. I also have an extension hose with it. So I can actually, from the back of my truck, air up all 4 tires without ever removing the air compressor. So I'll put a tag up above to show you. I just made a video of how I mounted that in the truck. So if you want to see that, just click that tag above. Also, I'll put a link in the description below to the hose, the extra extension hose, and the air compressor itself, as well as these Colby Valve Stems. So, all right, let's air it up. Alright, let's see where we are. 34. Close enough. It's a spare, right? Alright, so from 0 to 34 probably took about 6-7 minutes, I would say. But I mean, this thing was totally flat, obviously. So, but I mean, there you go. This thing's on. Nice and tight. I mean, that thing is airtight. I can still almost turn it. No, I guess I can't. So the thing's on there. It's super tight. No leaks, no audible leaks at all. 35 pounds of pressure holding no problem. Saved me a trip to a tire place, saved me, you know, the cost of having to have a valve stem replaced. And for 30 bucks you get 2 of them, and you can do it with no tools on the road, which is really nice. Like now that I know about these things, I will never not have at least one in my vehicle at any time. So thanks again to Chad from Overland Addict for sending them to me. Not sponsored or anything like that, but he's a YouTube friend of mine, so he has a channel too if you check out Overland Addict, but he does cool stuff. But so I appreciate you sending those out, and they're awesome. So if you're looking at these, you're considering these, I would definitely highly, especially after getting a flat tire and tearing a valve stem out, recommend keeping a couple of these in your truck. For 30 bucks, it's a really good peace of mind to have. So that's it. Thanks for watching.